Germany. Here is a tour and URBEX in an old office building from 1955. I don't want to tell where this is, and please do not post the location in the commentary. However, I can and will give the address of this building to people I know rather good from the lift filming community. Anyways, this video will be very different to others I have done before. The highest amount of contents this time are photos rather than videos. This building has been abandoned in 2004. Now, almost 10 years later, some construction works have started next to this building, and I really wonder if it will be used again or finally demolished, which would be really sad, as this is nothing more than a landmark of the city. The company was the most important industrial employer here, and this building is a symbol for success of this town. They must not demolish it, really. That building deserves to be a registered landmark. Okay, let's go into details. All lifts in this building have been shut down years ago. The most important lifts are the 1969 Stahl-Zaiser lifts. Here is a photo showing them. But hey, if the building is from 1955, weren't there any other lifts here before? Yes, there were. This is a historic footage from 1958, a photo which has been remastered later and probably colored, as the coloring looks rather artificial. But we can see the original Zaiser lifts. These lifts only last around 14 years before they have already been entirely replaced in 1969. Back in the 60s, lift replacements were often very reckless. If they would have been modernized past 2000s, I'm very sure they would have kept at least the original shaft doors. But as you see, they didn't. Even the original serial numbers are not stated anymore. But it is easy to guess them, since the freighter still has the original number, and always, and I never saw it being different, the passenger lifts are the first lifts in the range of order and the serial numbers, and any additional freighters or service lifts follow after. Makes sense. Let's go on with the photos from passenger lifts as they look today. They are parked above the top floor. I have also managed to open them and get in. Here you can see a priority mode. The boss had his office on the top floor, and the right lift, if you face the shaft doors, can be set into boss mode from a lobby control pad. The lift then is programmed for a non-stop ride to floor 6. And here are some photos of the machinery. I do want to see such thing in action once. Okay, let's shut the doors and go on. Behind the passenger lifts there is a Paternoster. Now that is very special. Unlike the passenger lifts, it's not possible to see the Paternoster from outside. That is an amazing hidden secret. This is the only Paternoster in the city and unfortunately turned off, just like the lifts. Unfortunately, the portals in the ground floor have been covered. The Paternoster does not have portals in the basement. I wanted to take pictures in the Paternoster motor room, but as the light didn't work there, the photos are a fail and you cannot see a thing. Ah well.
Das ist alles. Das ist ein ganz kleiner Lift.
And now to the next lift. This is a freight lift and it faces the door into the corridor, so you also cannot see it from outside. This still has the beautiful 1955 shaft doors, but if we take a closer look on the top floor where the lift parks, we can see this lift has got inner doors, and these inner doors cover almost half of the door space with the wall. I cannot understand that. Why that inner door? I cannot see any advantage by such a door instead of using fold cells, but I can see a big disadvantage, and that is less efficiency. Does not make sense. I wonder if the TIFF requested that door. That is very unlikely, as the inner door is old, and back in the time when it must have been added, I'm very sure the TIFF also would have tolerated no inner doors for such a big freight lift. In the corridor I have found this board. It counts the number of days since when there was no accident in the department working here. Ah, now that explains everything. They probably added the inner door to keep the statistics for accidents on a low state. Unfortunately, because I don't have anymore a triangular key, I was unable to enter this lift. Ah, well, that was indeed really annoying. Also, this was the only lift which had its motor room locked off. Dime. And now to a strange platform freight lift traveling between basement and street level. In Germany we call these lifts Unterfluraufzug, and I never saw them in any other country. This is a special sort of lift which only has a shaft and a shaft door on the lower floor, and on the upper floor these lifts just raise up from the ground. This lift has been delivered by a generic company I have never heard before, and it has Stahl or Thyssen shaft doors. Okay, here are some more photos of the architecture, also including the awesome spiral staircases. A very beautiful and advanced architecture.